Are you ready to redefine what it means to thrive at any age? Welcome to Age is Just a Number with BJ and Ruth. In your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you deserve to live your best life. Say goodbye to preconceived notions and let's shatter those stereotypes together. Get ready to own your vitality because age, well, that's just a number.
You know what, Ruth? Did you know age is just a number?
I do know that.
And the reason we're talking about that today is that's what the podcast is called, is age is just a number. And, we want to get right to it from a starting point, because I think there's a lot of you that are watching us today that are thinking, well, what do I do? I'm 40 something, I'm 50 something, maybe you're thinking I'm 20 something or 30 something. What do I do? And so, today we want to talk about what do you do? What are the first things to do? How do you take steps and start moving in the direction that you want to go? And I think, we're going to get to all the practical things and everything else, but I just want to start with one thing, which I think is pretty important, if not the most important, is you have to have some kind of compelling future, right? If it's just, I just want to be in better shape, that's not compelling.
No, and it's the most common question I get asked is, how do I get started? And ladies, it's a case where for many of us that, we've had our kids early on, we've raised our families, we put everybody else first, work, family, it's that balancing, juggling act. And then now you're at a point where it's like, what about me? And this really is a journey of self. And so it is all about you. So, how do you get started? You just get started. You just make that choice.
But I think, like we're talking about here, is you have to be going somewhere. It's like somebody saying, well, I want to go for a drive. Well, that's great.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Do you have a plan? Do you have a goal? Do you have a why?
Yeah, and they talk about how it has to be compelling. It's got to excite you, whatever that destination is.
Yes.
So I want to get in shape. That's not very exciting.
No, it's not. No.
I want to do this. And does that necessarily mean you have to have something you want to do? Well, not maybe in that way, but maybe it's you want to wear a certain piece of clothing for an event.
Yep.
Maybe it's you want to compete in a half marathon.
Yep.
Maybe it's you want to, like Ruth and I, maybe you want to compete in bodybuilding competitions, or maybe you want to, pick something that you want to go for a hike. You want to be able to, go out and go for a hike with your kids or your grandkids or those kind of things. It's important that you have a destination. Here's the thing: without a destination, anywhere will do.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
You can just start. And the other thing that happens is when you identify a compelling future, when you identify somewhere that you really want to go, when the times come, and they will come, that you don't feel like training, you don't feel like eating properly, you don't feel like cooking, you want to just have the ice cream and pizza and whatever else, what's going to... We can talk about discipline and all of those things, but what's going to get you through those times is going to be that you have made a decision of some kind.
And also choose what lights your passion. Choose what you love. For me, I love bodybuilding. I started at the age of 40. I picked up my very first dumbbell. I loved it. It was that personal challenge of, I don't know if I can, and so I did, and then I went, wow, I could. And so for me, I found something that excited me and gave me passion. So It's easy to go consistently when you like what you're doing. And for a lot of people who maybe haven't been active, the first step is find what excites you, find what that is. So it might be trying different things. It might be tennis for some, golf for others. It might be walking even. It might be the gym. It might be, but it's finding what is it that really excites you and makes you want to go.
Yeah, and I think part of that is you can even just look back at what were you always, maybe you were never passionate about doing something with physical exercise, but what did you enjoy doing? And that's a great way to say, okay, well, I'm going to start here
Yeah.
and move forward from this point where I used to play. Use tennis as an example. Well, I used to play tennis. I
Yeah.
would like to go and play tennis. I used to swim. I would like to go and get back into the pool and get swimming. Whatever those things are, it's you figuring out what is going to really grab you. Even talk about you want to do a half marathon, let's say. Maybe because of that, you're going to spend time in the gym doing a certain amount of training, like workout
Core training,
work,
so
and
that
then,
you can do that.
right? And then you're gonna do some running work and so forth and things like that. But I think you have to decide where it is you want to go. And I look back to how easy it is, or was for me, that you can just get so dealing with life and dealing with business and family and all of these things, and job, career, all of that, and you forget that, hey, I go to the gym once in a while was fine, but it's not really where you want to be.
No, exactly.
Right?
And you and I, we're both realtors, we're both professionals, we're both active, we have our careers, we have our families, we have our kids.
Yep.
And so it's that, just find what it is that excites you, because for a lot of people always say, well, I don't have time. But ultimately, we make time for the things that matter. We make time.
Sure.
And so you got to find it first.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this on another episode, but when you've connected with that, here's where I'm going and here's why I'm doing it. It's not just the where you're going, but it's also the why. And we'll talk about that. I know we're running out of time today already, but we'll talk about that in another episode, is also having a why. Like a significant why, whether it's your kids or it's your spouse, or it's
Improving the quality of your own life.
whatever that why is, and we'll talk about that
Improving
also.
your health.
But and we'll get to that one as well. But so I would say number one is really understand where and decide for yourself, where is it that you want to go with your physical health? Is it, like we said, do you want to run a marathon? Do you want to compete in a bodybuilding show? Do you want to...
You're taking that vacation and you want to look good on the beach.
Yeah.
It
Whatever.
can be that simple.
Yeah, for sure. You want to get out with your grandkids and do some stuff with your grandkids that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do, or whatever the case might be. Whatever that is, you need to identify what that is and what that looks like for you. And just like we're talking about, we both had to make those decisions for ourselves, and that's how we were able to work through times where we didn't feel like going to the gym or didn't feel like eating properly or anything like that. In the same way, number one thing that you can do, and if you're looking for a takeaway from today, take a few minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you have, but take a few minutes just by yourself, ideally no technology or anything else, and take out a pad of paper and just start to write down what would I like to do, and out of that will come things that will evolve into this is why I want to do this. This is my fitness goal. This is my destination of where I want to get to, and then we can talk about everything else.
Yes.
But you need to know where you're going.
Yeah. You have to know that first.
Right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us. And like we said, remember, age is just a number.
Exactly.
And we'll see you next time, and we'll talk more about it. See ya.
See ya.